The following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
Right, we're going.
Yeah.
Does everybody remember where you were parked? I mean, what you were doing?
Yep.
In the crevasse. We were about to engage on a campaign of trying to subdue a facility full of Asari.
Yeah. Without armor.
I sort of had a thought on that. So we've got all these panels laced with explosives in a rather intricate manner, right? We could use them and maybe, because we found like a supply cupboard that had like medical-looking stuff, might have some other agents and whatnot they use for things. Would we be able to engineer some kind of like critical fire and a failure in like the fire suppression system and the blast doors, forcing them all to leave? So the droids would probably come in because they could suppress the fire without getting burned. We could blow them the fuck up under the guise of the place is exploding, so we don't alert the Asari. And the Asari will probably evac to the ship if it's still here, and we could follow them to the ship.
There is actually a second thing that occurred to me just in the few seconds between our last conversation.
Certainly not in the 2 weeks.
What if this is a completely legal operation and legitimate? That it just happens to be employing a known criminal.
Probably.
We can't hurt these women.
Yeah.
Well, we can, but we can't kill them. And if they run out there, well,
They might freeze and die.
they might freeze and die. Well, I mean, I like the idea of causing a fire to get them to run in a channeled direction so that we could maybe unconscious them all. Or in their panic state, they could run out and we'd all be like, oh, we've got you covered, don't do anything. And then they'd surrender, maybe. But if we're going to do that, then we have to get rid of the droids first.
Yeah.
Somehow quietly without them. Although these walls are pretty thick, they might not hear anything.
We haven't found the hub for security for the building yet, have we?
No.
Because another option is just locking down at the doors. Then dealing with the droids.
Well, I mean, could do that, I guess. But we could get discovered. What do you all think? The other 2 people that are here.
Where are you having this conversation, incidentally?
Server room, I'm assuming.
I just want to get her out of here and have a chat with her, get this information to my mutual friends, so I can get this over and done with.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing I wanted to ask you about that. Since we're planning. Oh, is anyone coming? Human who's watching at the door and spying? Want one of my mirrors poked out, perhaps?
Looking out into the vestibule.
The fucking waste of a vestibule, man. No
Vending machine.
Why?
Can't buy a big.
It's like, what kind of base am I invading when I can't buy a nutritious big to tide me over between my snacks?
Well, there are only 2 bigs in this because they don't want you to heal too much.
No, probably sitting at the door.
Okay.
I don't see anyone.
What? The only way she could have got out of prison and had a duplicate of her put into the prison is if one of the top 10 Asari families on Lucia were involved. Someone that powerful. What do you think the odds are we're being played and that Matriarch Radon is in on this?
Yeah.
And is playing us for bitches.
I had the same thought. Because you're right, how did she get out of prison? How was she in and out of prison for a while, and then how did they get someone into prison?
What I want to do is I want to send Tess back to the Citadel to bring back an expert on this kind of shit to see what they're doing.
I don't know if we've got enough time to do this.
Well, I was going to suggest we do other things in between. You know, subdue, kidnap, that sort of thing. There's also the probability that we're going to have to call in some authorities here. And I'd kind of like to call them in for something other than we thought they were bad, but they're not.
But they are. We've got all this proof.
But do you know what any of this is? They could be looking for a vaccine for Keppel syndrome for all we know.
It's not. So far, everyone...
I mean, it seems to be about but, you know, how do you know they're not looking for some kind of beneficial medicine cure thing?
Well, they could, but didn't we find that the system was laced with the with that chemical?
It usually does mean nefarious goings on. Well, on that stable reassurance that this is nefarious doings, let's go fuck up some bitches. So how do we want to do this? Room by room? Start a fire like he says and scare them into into an area where we just point guns at them and say, "Don't move, dirtbags." Do we want to do mechs first or
It's a few people.
sorry first? What are we thinking here? If it were me, I'm thinking soundproof doors, go outside, blow up the mechs. Come back in, deal with it. Then we can bring the ship in and have its big guns pointed at the entrance, so when they run out, there'd be like some big guns to make them crap themselves. And then we can give them the choice of surrendering, or we could put another crater in this little moon.
Taking the place gives us a chance to take samples in case that doesn't come back to in the future.
You guys should at least realise that the chances of just running out the front door are slim
Pretty much
enough,
nil, yeah.
because if for no other reason that they would not be able to survive out there from temperature and there's nothing to really breathe unless you've got helmets.
So, pertinent suggestions? Or are we just gonna roll on them? Right. Okay. This looks like it's Logain's job again. Here's how we're gonna do this. Cut to cool Ocean's 11 style montage of us doing it. Now, without explaining the plan to you, let's just go ahead and do it. And then explain the plan afterwards.
And that's how it works.
And like a voiceover thing. I'm just gonna go check on our prisoner to make sure she stays nice and sleepy through the whole thing. I'm gonna go check on the woman. She asleep? Scan.
Are you
Is she
asleep?
actually asleep or faking
Yeah,
it?
no, the gas still hasn't worn off yet.
How long does the gas normally last, did he say? Oh, it's not that. It shouldn't be
A few
that.
hours. I think it was about 3 hours.
Oh, well, we should have some.
That's
Okay,
plenty
go
of
back in.
operation
Okay,
time.
we should have plenty of time. So let's repair to the exterior and take out those two droids, knowing that more are going to come when they hear the fight.
Still.
I'll lead the way sneakily out, checking corners and everything.
So you're going up the new hole he cut through the office,
Yeah, let's do that.
and then
Well, I mean, we patched up the old hole so that people
Before,
weren't
hang on.
suspicious.
First, however, to access to the server room, I'm going to lock that door. Because otherwise people could come in, notice things, and then bad.
Oh,
God!
that 20.
Yeah!
I'm going to bring a couple of those explosive laced panels.
Those panels, what sets them off?
Was it a small electric charge?
Yes.
Wasn't it?
So, would
The
you say...
fabricator could make something to trigger them.
I have the ability to create electrical discharges at range. Overloading systems and things like that. Might work, right?
That could work. I would just need to make a big enough contact surface for you to target.
Anybody who's got explosives or electronics to make a roll.
This is for modifying the panels.
I think it's
to do with the panels.
do you want the skill added onto it? Or did you just want to roll?
Inspiring your dice.
Okay, so...
you need to use them right now.
Electronics
It's
31.
basically an knowledge-based.
Electronics 31.
No. If those go off, there's a chance it might just fuck up the entire entrance
Collapse
and
the whole
doors
room.
as well. Yeah, I mean,
Wow, did that good?
No, it's just there isn't much room between the pinch and where the door is. So.
That could damage the entranceway, though. They look powerful explosive.
Are they shaped?
No.
No, because it just runs. It's just explosive that lines the inside
no.
of the.
Yeah, because when it goes off, it also wants to destroy the terminal. That's what it's pressing.
So we actually probably shouldn't use those. You mentioned you had proximity bombs, though. Would they do the same thing, do I think?
5 feet. So I can get it 5 feet in front of him and the blast radius.
Yeah, or you should.
10 feet. At 3, 8 plus 3.
So, is the door within 10 feet of them? Then you can't use them either. Looks like it's going to have to be the old-fashioned way.
Okay, so how are you guys approaching?
Well, I'm going to stay up on the upper rim so I can take things down on them from above and use it as sort of a cover.
I'll stay 60 feet apart from you, but also on the ridge, just in case they have grenades.
There's not much in the way of
Other side.
cover between you and them while you're up there, aside from with the ledge, I suppose, outcrops a little bit before it drops.
Well, see, here's the thing. So they're down there,
Yeah.
and we're like up here, right? So just moving back immediately creates higher cover.
To a degree, but because the rock curves up like that, it's not like it's a ledge that you can use to. It like,
Yeah, but it's still like line of sight based, I would imagine. So, and I'll hit him with an overload first to start things off. What do you say?
Sounds like a plan. Does Overload cut shields?
It does, and it also affects mix.
Nice.
You're on the other side with her.
Well, any target I'm shooting at, opening shot has to be a ground tail shot.
Okay. Get lined up.